Well, just before 2:30 this morning, the Sheriff's Office received a 911 emergency call from this location. That call actually disconnected. As 911 operators called that number back, they received a report that a shooting had occurred here. Deputy sheriffs were immediately dispatched to the location along with Oviedo Police Department, and upon arrival they had determined that a male had been shot. He had sustained non-life-threatening injuries, and the report that they received is there was some type of domestic dispute, which appeared to be verbal, that occurred in the house earlier in the night. A neighbor, who is also a relative of the family, was summoned to the house to act in some form as a mediator. As that neighbor arrived, at one point in the night, the woman left a common area, probably the living room, retreated back to what we believe was a bedroom, armed herself with 2 handguns that were placed behind her back, and then ultimately took shots at the man that was inside the house. The male victim has been transported to ORMC, who is now in stable condition, and the female has been transported to Winter Park Hospital for non-related injuries. We're not going to disclose yet her condition or the evaluation process it needs to go through. Obviously, there's an OPD marked patrol car that's parked in the driveway. At this point in the investigation, we're not disclosing what involvement, if any, the Orlando Police Department or officer has in this particular case. But investigators, are still early in the investigation. Investigators are talking to witnesses that were there, evaluating the crime scene, looking for pieces of physical evidence. And as this investigation progresses, we'll know more about exactly what happened. No official criminal charges have been filed as of yet, and that will be something that occurs or is evaluated within the next few hours. The children are at a neighbor's home. Child Protective Services with the Sheriff's Office has been summoned to the location to evaluate their condition, to ensure that they have a safe place to stay until investigators can determine what exactly happened here and whether there's a relative that's close by that they can stay with. The kids were inside the home. Exactly where inside the house is still yet to be determined, but they were inside the home.